welcome to a typical but not typical day in our homeschool.
Normally today would be a co-op day, but because of the snow, it was canceled. So I'm gonna change course a little bit. We're gonna do school for a bit and then make sure the girls have time to play outside in the snow.
We start off our mornings around 6:15 with my husband. I make him some coffee, get him out the door, and then I am able to have a little bit of quiet time. Normally my youngest one is awake with me, and so she gets up anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30, at the very latest 7:30, and then she just kind of quietly or not so quietly plays while I try to finish reading. And then around 7:45 I wake up my oldest daughter, and she gets started with her day with math. We've realized through a lot of trial and error, if she just does it first thing in the morning when it's quiet, it just goes a lot more smoothly. Then around 8 o'clock or so, my other two, who are 11 and 8, they will play with the baby, just kind of make sure she's okay so I can grab a quick shower. Then I get myself dressed, make my bed, get the baby dressed, and then I am starting on breakfast. At this point, the other girls have gotten dressed and ready to go. We always start off our morning watching World Watching News. It's a Christian news program. It's about 10 minutes long. It just keeps us in the loop of what's going on around the country and around the world. There's usually a little bit of time in between getting dressed and breakfast. So sometimes my girls will occupy themselves, get started on work, or sometimes they use Night Zookeeper. My girls really thoroughly enjoy using Night Zookeeper. It is a game-based grammar and writing and language arts curriculum. All three of my girls are using Night Zookeeper. They like that they can create their own avatar, they create their own character, but more than that, they are able to do creative writing. They have creative writing prompts. The other day, my 5th grader, who doesn't always like to write, sat down in the afternoon about a week ago and came to me and said, "Hey mom, I wrote a persuasive essay on why summer is better than winter." And then she proceeded to read it to me. So I found that Night Zookeeper has just really prompted creativity out of my girls and has encouraged that loving to write process, but just using this program has really helped facilitate a love of writing. So that way, when it comes time to write their formal papers for school, they're not giving me as much pushback because they are used to writing different papers, and they actually get feedback from Night Zookeeper writers and Night Zookeeper staff on their writing. Now, not only is it writing, there's grammar, there's spelling, there's reading, there's games, there's interactive activities that they can do. There's so many different facets to Night Zookeeper. If you want to use my link, I have 50% off a subscription. There's no code necessary. You just use the link and it will automatically give you 50% off. Again, my girls are in 7th grade, and it goes all the way down to, I believe, kindergarten or 1st grade you can start. So you're never really too early to start. After breakfast, we normally do our morning time, which is our group subjects, our family subjects. This is what we do together. It's very informal and always has been, and that's the way we prefer and like it. We just kind of sit around, gather around, get cozy, get comfortable, and do all of our read alouds. So that is going to include history. It's going to include Bible, of regular read aloud that we do, a historical fiction read aloud that goes along with a time that we're learning about in history. And then we will also do things like critical thinking or poetry. Today we're doing poetry. Music, learning about the orchestra. We always add in one extra little kind of bonus feature that we're doing. And so we really, really enjoy this time together. Now, Mia is awake during this time, and she can be, I don't want to say the word distracting, but she likes to talk and walk, and she loves mommy, and I'm still nursing her. So I spend a lot of the time nursing her during morning time and playing with her. We spend a lot of time, yes, reading, but we also make sure she is occupied and entertained, and so she is up with us during this morning time. Now, I'll explain in a little bit why I do it this way and why I don't wait till she's taking a nap. For now, this is kind of just like what a typical morning time looks like for us. It's about an hour and a half, so I feel like all in all considered, the fact that we can occupy her and keep her busy for that long is a win for us. I know everybody's different, and every child and toddler is different in homeschool, and it's going to look different. So, what works for us in this season may not work for you, and that is totally fine. But for now, this is kind of what it's looking like. Okay, we have just finished with our morning time. I'm gonna go put Mia to sleep. I'm gonna go put her down for a nap. While I do that, the girls have one more book. I've been casually listening to this, but they've been reading this one together, The Cricket in Times Square. So they're gonna read a chapter of that. While I put her to bed, I tried to clean up a little bit before, but I remember why I wait till she's done, because everything I was cleaning up, she was like, mine, mine, mine. So gonna put her down. They're going to read and start their independent work, and then I'm going to clean up and help Lola with her lessons. Okay, I straightened up. I'm going to just vacuum the downstairs for a little bit. The girls are doing independent work, and then Lola's doing some independent work there. Then I'm going to help her with her lessons. Alexia and Larissa are pretty independent for the most part. Of course, I'm always here to help them with anything they need, but they do most of their work on their own and even are checking their work on their own. But Lola, she's in 3rd grade, so I still help her a lot. So a bit of a plot twist here. We have Lola is not feeling very well today. So she's not going to be doing any more of her lessons. I was asking her all morning if she felt okay. She said yes, she was just tired. Turns out she's got a fever and took her temperature like when she was doing her independent work. So we're not doing her lesson. She's on the couch. She's just gonna chill today and drink warm fluids, eat soup, that type of thing. I just made some soup yesterday, so she'll do that. But I think she was in denial because the girls are gonna go outside and play in just a little bit. They're gonna go sledding on the hill in our backyard. And so I think she was like, I don't think she wasn't lying or anything. I think she was just like really hoping she was just tired.
That's how I do what I do when I get sick. Like, I'm not gonna be sick long.
She was just like willing herself to feel better, but poor baby, you can't deny a fever. So she's on the couch. So I'm not gonna share, unfortunately, I can't share like how I do my lessons and things with her. I'll show you real quick kind of what she's doing. And then the other two as well. She actually got a good amount done. I told her before I realized she was sick, I was like, the quicker you get this done, the quicker you can go outside. She was like, okay. So she got her independent work done. We just didn't do her lesson. She's doing the Good and the Beautiful. She's about halfway finished with this one, level 3, this course book. And then she did some math, but this is when I realized she had a fever. So I was like, okay, stop doing your math, go lay down. So we didn't get to this lesson, but she did, again, some of the independent work. She is almost finished with this book, just a couple lessons left, maybe like 15 lessons or so left with this level. This is the spelling book that comes with her level 3, and it's supposed to just be used every other lesson, lesson 50, lesson 52, but what I do is just, so she would do lesson 50, and then I would make this lesson 51, 52. So she's just doing 1 page of these a day. And that way it breaks it up a little bit so she doesn't have like 2 whole pages of this and then nothing the next day. So it's just little exercises to help with her spelling and spelling rules, and there's dictation. And so I like this. It's like small bite-sized ways to work on her spelling. And then she's reading her next chapter book of The Good and the Beautiful. This is Heather and the Highland Pony. And so you're supposed to read this together, the parent and the student, but she likes to read them to herself, and you know, that's fine. So I just let her read them on her own. And then she is doing the handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. She's doing, I think level 4 is what it is. Yep. And so it's mostly cursive. And so she's working on that. Larissa is working on a rough draft for a, oh my goodness, I just blanked, informative essay, kind of like a research paper. So she's doing that. We're going to go over that in just a little bit so she can make her corrections. And then Alexia has done already her handwriting. She's done her English. She's made herself a little check sheet. She's very creative that way. And then working on a math minutes type thing. Okay, so now we're on to Lexi, who's gonna eat some bubble gum. She has finished her Wordly Wise and her math tests. She just does one of these a day. It just takes a couple couple minutes to do one of these. And then, so she grades these herself because I have the answer key for this, and the answer key is in the back of this book. And then I am going to look over her handwriting. She is doing the Good and the Beautiful level 6. Yes, level 6 handwriting. And this is pretty much all cursive. And then she will be doing spelling, which I will be looking over. And then her English 5, which again, I will be checking. And then lastly, she's just about to do her math, which is online. This is teaching textbooks. You look surprised.
Yeah.
Did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. I did this.
So she looks surprised because on co-op days, normally she doesn't do math. She just does, or her teaching textbooks math. She just does like a page of this. So that's why she was like, what are you talking about? But today's all weird because co-op was canceled and we're doing a normal day, but we're also doing a snow day / so it's just all over the place. But normally she would be doing her teaching textbooks math, which is on the tablet. And then this sounds like it could almost be its own thesis statement. The Statue of Liberty has been an American symbol for almost 140 years. Make this into like one long sentence. Its history is long and interesting, especially its construction years. Well, you can't say interesting because interesting is your opinion. And we're not giving an opinion. Okay, so
As long and
so change interesting, and then we have to. I would give a little bit of like a.
should I just erase all this here?
But probably. You want to do like an attention grabbing opener. So a question, an interesting fact, a quote, something like that to grab the reader's attention, not just the Statue of Liberty has been an American symbol for 140. I mean, it's fine, but you want something a little bit more catchy. And then this is kind of summarizing what you're going to be talking about. I have an idea, or I have a feeling that you're talking mostly in this paper about its history and its construction and things like that, right? So you want to make that your thesis statement. Okay. And then for Larissa in 7th grade, she spent the majority of her independent work time doing her paper today. So this alternates. This is Writing and Grammar from BJU Press. This alternates between grammar and writing. So when she's doing a writing chapter, she's not doing grammar and vice versa. So since she spent a majority of her time on that, and just because I wanted to kind of end early so that they could go and make sure they play, she didn't really get to much else of her independent work, but normally on a typical day, she would do this. This is Building Writing Skills from the Critical Thinking Company. This is just kind of just adding quick little exercise to kind of beef up their writing with nouns and adjectives and vivid verbs and things like that. So she will do that just 1 page a day. Wordly wise, this is vocabulary. She will do that. Math minutes, she will do pretty much every day. It's just a couple of these that she does. It's 10 of them. It only takes a couple minutes. And then for co-op, she does her science. This is with Apologia, general science. She will read this and she will do the notebook along with that. Now together, me and her do this U.S. Constitution and Government course. And so we do this about twice a week. And then of course, Mia is asleep. So Mia can't last all day until like 1 or 2 or something like that. She's around 11 o'clock. She's ready, 11, maybe 11:30 at latest. She's ready for a nap and then she'll sleep a couple hours. So part of our school we have to do when she's awake. She just doesn't take 2 naps anymore. And so that's part of having a toddler, is part of it has to be when they're awake. So I choose our morning time, like when we're reading, because the girls can just kind of listen and it's not like super using their focus and learning new skills and things like that. And then while they're doing their independent work, they're doing their language and math and writing papers and things like that. That's when she takes her nap so that they can really focus and concentrate and not have a million distractions, and I can help them, and she's not running around and we're not worried about what she's doing. So that's just how I choose it for now. It might look different next year, or it looked different last year. It just depends on you know, we could just go year by year. Are you ready?
Happy. Oh, you're very hard to grab.
She reminds me of Ralphie or Randy
just, like,
on
walking
the Christmas
slow.
Story.
All right, let's go.
She's like, can't put my arms down.
All right, you ready for
Have
starting? Yeah. All right, let's go. Come on. Say hello.
What do you got, a one-eyed snowman over here?
Well,
What happened to his other eye?
it's
blind
the
in that
same color.
Oh, okay.
It's a different.
Creepy.
I know. You want to play with me?
Mia, do you like the snow?
Here, do you want me to hold you?
Okay, well, and with that, we're back. It lasted maybe, what, 17 seconds? Y'all done? Yeah. All done, okay. We are going to attempt to rest for the rest of the day. The older two are out playing still. Poor Lola is gonna rest, and I'm gonna have Mia hang out with me for a little bit. We got some Bluey going on in the background for Lola because when my kids are feeling sick, I let them watch shows and movies and just snuggle up and try to feel better. I hope you enjoyed this day in the life. It was sort of a typical day, but also not, which I feel like is normal. Like, it's normal to not have a normal day. And again, if you're interested for your kids, don't forget to check out Night Zookeeper. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.